Good. Oh. Good morning. Oh, sorry. It's so early in the morning. I haven't talked yet. I'm fucking tired. I'm all over the place. Today, you're gonna learn a lot about me, and I'm also gonna learn a lot about myself. And that's because I'm taking the Myers Briggs personality test. I've never done it before, and I'm gonna go through it with you guys, so you guys should do it with me if you want to, just to see what personality type you are. I think it'll be really fun. Anyways, I'm gonna tell you about the Myers Briggs test as I get ready this morning. So yeah. So the Myers Briggs test is a personality test. There's kind of 4 different parts of your personality, and each of those parts have 2 options, and they each have like a letter that goes with them. So then when you put together each letter that you got of each part, you end up with like a 4-letter code, and that's your personality. And there's all this like research done on the different types of personality and explain what each of the letters and the options are, and then I will do the test with you guys. And hopefully by the end of it, you'll feel like you know me better. So the first letter in the 4-letter code is in regards to where you focus your attention. So that can either be extraversion or introversion. Introversion. You're energized by spending quiet time alone or with a small group. They tend to be more reserved and thoughtful. Makeup, I like never really know what the fuck I'm doing. I just kind of... Extroverts are energized by spending time with people and are in busy, active surroundings. They tend to be more expressive and outgoing. Yeah, I like don't look any different. So the next letter is the way you take in information. So that can either be sensing, which is an S, or intuition, which is an N. So sensors focus on their 5 senses and are interested in info they can directly see, hear, feel, and so on. They tend to be hands-on learners and are often described as practical. And intuition focus on a more abstract level of thinking. They are more interested in theories, patterns, and explanations. They are often more concerned with the future than the present and are often described as creative. The hazelnut creamer I put in here is one of my all-time favorites. So the next letter is either a T or an F. So the T is for thinking. Thinkers tend to make decisions with their heads. They're interested in finding the most logical, reasonable choice. Whereas feelers tend to make decisions with their hearts. They're interested in how a decision will affect people and whether it fits in with their values. But instead of making breakfast myself, I'm gonna feed my little fish. Hi, little buddies. He's deep in thought. It's actually such a goofball. Like, what are you doing? Oh, I love him. So these are actually my boyfriend's. I'm just taking care of them while he's away. So the next letter is judging versus perceiving. Judgers appreciate structure and order. They like things planned and dislike last-minute changes. Versus perceivers appreciate flexibility and spontaneity, and they like to leave things open so they can change their minds. And that is all for the letters. And if you don't know what you are yet, just from those, you can take the test with me, which I'm going to do next, and we will figure out for sure what we are. Get comfy. Let's do this test together. Oh wait, what I want to do first is I want to guess what I am. E for extroverted. I don't know, it's hard. I for intuition. T. P. I'll put the link of the test that I'm going to do in the description so you guys can do it with me, which you should. First question. I try not to draw attention to myself. I'd say inaccurate. I mean, I run around in public with a fucking camera, so I think that's drawing attention to myself enough. I feel uncomfortable when I disagree with someone. Inaccurate. I wouldn't say I feel uncomfortable, and also it depends what it is. Like if it's racism or like women's rights and stuff and they disagree with me, I get more like mad because I'm like, how could you disagree? Like I lose my belongings. Inaccurate. I don't lose my stuff. I also take really good care of my stuff, like my camera and all my camera stuff. Like I don't break things very often. Like I've only ever broken one phone out of like how many years of having phones. I have a vivid imagination. Accurate. Okay, I think I have a vivid imagination because I can really imagine my videos, honestly, way better than they actually come out. I'm also such a daydreamer. I'm always dreaming about when I'll get to go traveling. I'm always like, imagine if I lived in Tulum for 3 months. And then I can totally picture myself there and like, yeah, vivid imagination. I would enjoy attending a large party in my honor. Yes. Yes, I would. Hell yeah. Would anyone else, would you not want to do that? I guess some people don't like that, the attention. For my 20th birthday, we had I guess my roommates and I, but it was for my birthday, we had a big party, and my one roommate got me this book. Oh my god, it was the nicest present ever. But in front of everyone, there was probably like 30 people there. And she's like, oh, Jenna, your present time. So then I go, and she gives me this book. I was like, oh, what the heck? And it's called The Book of Jenna Brown. She had gone around, and shout out to you, Sydney. Still the best present I've ever got. But she went around to all my friends and my family and got everyone to sign this like happy birthday book and write their favorite memory with me or like something that they liked about me. And she gave it to me at the party in front of all my friends, and I literally cried. It was so cute. I couldn't stop crying. I was like, this is the cutest thing ever. I dislike being in competition with others. No, I like being in competition. I'm very competitive. I grew up playing sports my whole life. Like I played really competitive soccer, and I was in an outdoor rec program in high school, and pretty much my whole life, even in university, I've been competitive. Actually, I was very competitive with school in high school with my friends, but in university, like I got over that and was kind of more just like, didn't really care if people did better than me, like didn't matter. I prefer to follow a schedule. I like to plan out what I do every day, so I guess that's a schedule. But I also don't like to plan far in advance. Like if my friends ask me what I'm doing a week before, I like won't commit to anything until a couple days before. So I enjoy being the center of attention. This depends. I think like I'm more on the yes side, but it depends who I'm around. Like it really does. I'm one of those people that like I feel like my personality changes depending which group of people I'm with. If people think I'm funny or not. This is so weird, but like I think I have a like weird sense of humor and it's more goofy. So if people think I'm funny, I'm more likely to like want to be the center of attention, because if they're laughing at me, I obviously want to keep making jokes because it makes me feel better. But if they don't like laugh at my jokes, I'm less likely to like be doing like weird shit to be in the center of attention, if you know what I mean. I try to avoid conflict. No, If one of my friends is doing something that pisses me off, I'll probably tell them, but in a civil way. Next one. I make sure my work is finished on time. Accurate. I feel like that's self-explanatory. Also, because if people from work are watching, like, I want them to like me. It's important to me to follow traditions. Oh my god, I guess kind of I do. In high school, every school photo I would have every year, I wore the same pair of hoop earrings. Everyone. Grade 9, grade 10, grade 11, grade 12. I was like, oh, it's school picture day, I have to wear these earrings just so that in every picture I'm wearing these earrings. Like, that's so weird. Who does that? I make an effort to be popular. That I have a lot of different friend groups, but I don't think I've purposely, like, in my life been like, I need to have 6 friend groups. It's just kind of happened. Like, always had my soccer friends, my school friends, my baseball friends. I've always just had a bunch of different groups. I think my problem is that I have a hard time when people don't like me. And I just want everyone to like me. So that's my own issue. Is that the same as popular? I don't know. I'm gonna put neutral because I don't really know. I sympathize with the homeless. I would say, yeah, one year I was stopped at a light and this guy, he came up to my car window, you know, and I dug around. I had like a toonie, so I gave him a toonie. And he was like, God bless your heart, like, Merry Christmas. And because it was so close to Christmas, I literally, like, as I was driving through the intersection, I started crying. I was like, oh, it was so sad. Like, he was just gonna spend Christmas on the side of a highway asking for money. It was just, like, really sad. I have trouble controlling my impulses. No. Unless it's Dairy Queen. I want Dairy Queen every night. Being around lots of people energizes me. Accurate. I don't know if I could live on... I mean, I could live on my own. I would be really sad and lonely. I'm helpful to the people around me. This one should be easy, but I'm such a piece of shit. I'm just thinking that if my parents see this and I'm like, yeah, I'm helpful to the people around me, they'll be like, didn't put your dishes away and I asked you to. I avoid being alone. I would say I'm probably like 85 extrovert, 15% introvert, just because I do like spending time alone. Honestly, I really like traveling alone. I don't know what it is. It's weird because when I travel alone, I get to meet more people. Like, if I'm in a hostel and I'm there with a friend, I'm less likely to go and talk to the random person that's underneath my bed, that's in the bunk bed underneath my bed, that's not just like lying under my bed. But if I'm by myself, like, I don't like being alone, and I find it really easy to make friends, so I would go and like talk to random people, and that's what I did when I was traveling by myself. So I'm gonna go accurate. I like trying out new hobbies. Accurate. I always like doing new things. That's why I started YouTube. Okay, so back to the I have a rich fantasy life. Not really. My fantasy life is to travel the world and get paid to make videos of hotels so I can stay in the hotels and just travel around and not have 2 weeks of vacation for the rest of, not the rest of my life, but have like a limited vacation to travel. Like, no, it's not my ideal life, but that might end up being my life. Probably will. Fuck. Is that rich? I don't know. I would say maybe it is. I feel like everyone has a rich fantasy. Who doesn't want to be fucking rich? I have little to say. If there's someone in the room who is more like outspoken than me, I usually am more quiet. But if no one else is like very like loud and like crazy outgoing, I turn into that person. I feel like all these questions, I'm like, it depends. I enjoy being there for people when they're feeling sad, obviously, but I'm not very good at it. Like, I'm that meme of the person, like, when someone's crying and I have the broom and I'm like, are you okay? Like, tapping them on the back. That's me. Okay, I'm gonna whip through the next 3 steps just because I feel like the questions will be similar answers. So I'm gonna just quickly do this. It's results time. So I thought I was EITP. Oh my god. The one that I got is literally opposite. Except for the extrovert, like I know that that's what I am. God, ENFJ. And I did EITP. Clearly I don't have a clue of what I'm like. Okay, or the ENTJ. Okay, so this time I got the E and the T right. The commander. Okay, this is also a very good match, so these could both be ENTP. Okay, that one's like almost the same as what I thought, except for the N. I forget what that... Wait. Yeah. Thing versus intuition. Oh wait. Am I stupid? Intuition? Oh, I'm so dumb. When I filled this out, this I is supposed to be an N. This is supposed to be an N, so that's the same thing. So wait, doesn't that mean that I got one completely right? I think the third one that it said I was is the exact same. ENTP. The inventor. Okay. Oh my god, I remember how earlier I said I was like 90% extroverted, 10%... Oh wait, no, I said 85% extroverted, 15% introverted. And it gives you the percent of each that you are. So it says I'm 89% extroverted and 11% introverted, which is like so close to what I thought. So the one that matches me the most is the ENTJ, the commander. It's a very good match. And it's pretty close to what I originally thought, which was ENTP. Gonna do some research, figure out some more things about myself, and I will be back to tell you what kind of person I am.
They appear to be argumentative, difficulty expressing love and affection.
Not so popular personality type.
Outgoing, charismatic, fair-minded, and unaffected by criticism.
ENTJs know how to laugh at themselves
ENTJs
and
are
loosen
the
up.
second rate.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys some of the things I've learned about myself. The least common types in the population and the rarest type among women. So only 1% of women are this type, 3% of men, which is just like, what? Bill Gates, Steve Jobs. Excuse me, I'm in the same as Bill Gates and Steve Jobs. What does this mean? But then there's Lord Voldemort. How did I just say that? George Clooney, Jim Carrey, The Rock, Robert Downey Jr., Robert Downey Jr., and Adele. Some more fun facts about me. Ambitious, forceful, whatever that means. Optimistic, okay, true. Egotistical, probably true. What is the definition of egotistical? Excessively conceited or absorbed in oneself. Oh, well, you tell me. Energetic. Okay. Least likely to report stress resulting from work or finances. Okay. More likely than average to suffer cardiac problems. Like, how do they know and why? Least likely to believe in a higher spiritual power. True, for me. Because ENTJs are often focused on their careers, they may have few interests outside of work. That makes sense of why all of university, had no hobbies. Okay. Least likely of all types to report being a stay-at-home parent. Interesting. ENTJ girlfriend.
TJ girlfriend. That is what we're talking about today. Able to leave relationships without looking back. Very good to know. Very good to know. Good to know that you'll leave me without looking back. Able to turn conflict situations into positive lessons. That kind of sounds like she'll just talk down to me all the time and be like, you see you see this argument that we're having about whether I'm right or you're right? Really, this is a learning experience for you, Frank James. The lesson is, don't argue.
Oh god.
Able to dole out.
Emerson is probably gonna be like, yeah.
INFP, I'm depressed. ENTJ, then stop. My goodness, what an idea. What TJ, and you haven't told anyone about your 10-year business plan in 3.657 seconds. Man, look at those veins.
I'd say this is true, but cross out business plans and input travel plans for me. Ugh, I'm so sorry. Okay, well, it's enough. Okay, so last night when I was FaceTiming Emerson, I went through and asked him all the questions and he answered over FaceTime, so I was filling it out. And it's pretty fun. It was a fun thing to do. He got ENFP, and then if you go on the same website as where you took the quiz, and I'll link it below, and you go to your specific type, so I go to ENTJ, and then I can click on the relationships tab and it has all the different other kinds of personalities. It has like paragraphs and paragraphs on how ENTJs are compatible or not with ENFPs. So it has a section on like how they get along, communication between the two, your different values. And I actually haven't read through the whole thing, but I read probably like 6 paragraphs and it seems pretty accurate. Like it's pretty crazy that people can kind of be generalized into these groups based on a quiz, and obviously some of them can be not relatable, but I do think it's kind of cool to do, and it was a cool thing to do with Emerson. So I would suggest doing it with your friends or your boyfriend or girlfriend or whoever, or your family, and just seeing what you guys all get and who all the famous people are. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you liked it. I know it's kind of different than what I normally post, but I thought that there's a lot of people that don't really know me, but I also didn't want to do a Q&A because I was scared only 2 people were gonna ask me questions. Maybe I'll do a Q&A when I get to like 1,000 subscribers, and hopefully there will be some people that might want to ask me questions. I just can't imagine anyone wanting to ask me questions. Like, what would you ask me? A lot of you are my friends. Okay, yeah, I'm just rambling on now. But yeah, like and subscribe if you haven't already, and comment below what personality type you are. If you know it, or if you followed along and filled it out with me, that would be cool to see what you guys got and if you think it's accurate or not. If you're having a good day or if you're having a bad day, just let me know. We can have a conversation. I reply to everyone's comments. What am I going on about now? Peace out, and we will see you in the next video. Okay, fuck. What am I doing? Okay, bye. God, I look like so tired. What the hell? But I used to like go to the gym. I used to always have a gym membership, and now I'm just like, nah. The sky looks green today, and well, that's up close and personal. Good morning. Oh gosh.